Every day, 91 people overdose on opioids. Opioid addiction has become an epidemic. Why is it such a big problem, and what can we do to help? This is Caitlin, a friendly 19-year-old who loves soccer. This is Robert, a 28-year-old creative musician who dreams of moving to LA. Their brains, just like yours, are producing molecules called neurotransmitters that pass between brain cells. This is what allows us to produce movements, behaviors, thoughts, memories, emotions. One group of neurotransmitters is called endorphins. Endorphins are produced in the brain as your own natural painkiller, but they also influence things like breathing and emotions. They are produced when something good happens. Your brain produces more endorphins during exercise, sex, even eating. Opioids are substances that activate the same brain cells as endorphins. In the brain, endorphins are quickly broken down, so their effect doesn't last very long. However, your brain isn't able to break down opioids in the same way. That's why they have stronger effects and can lead to addiction. Caitlin had tried other drugs, but 5 years ago a friend offered her heroin. It made her feel safe and content, more than she'd ever felt before. Robert broke his leg and was prescribed opioid painkillers, but when his doctor said he didn't need them anymore, he couldn't stop. In addition to helping take away the pain in his leg, it numbed his emotional pain as well. As Caitlin and Robert continued to use opioids, a lot of changes started happening in their brains. When heroin or pills flood the brain with opioids, the brain starts to think it doesn't need to produce endorphins anymore. Brain cells even become less sensitive to endorphins and opioids. That's why Caitlin and Robert have to start taking more to get the same feeling, and why it's so painful and difficult to stop. When Caitlin and Robert try to quit, they go into withdrawal. Their brains don't produce endorphins the way they should, so their whole bodies are in pain. They feel depressed and anxious, dehydrated, nauseated, they can't sleep. Even after they go through detox, their brains do not fully recover. Sometimes it's necessary to include medication as part of the treatment for opioid addiction, just to get the brain closer to its normal state again, because the goal is to keep Caitlin and Robert alive and help them become productive members of society. This opioid addiction crisis isn't a simple problem, and it's not going to be solved overnight, but we do know some things that don't work. Silence. Pretending the problem isn't there won't make it go away. Initiate conversations, especially with young people, about this issue and how we as a society can help. Try to make connections, build relationships, and get to know people outside your comfort zone. Condescension. Assuming individuals with addiction could stop if they tried hard enough is not helpful. Most will do anything possible to take their lives back. Instead, try to sympathize with what they are going through. Empathy, building relationships, finding purpose, honesty, and openness. These are keys to a better life for anyone, so let's put them to use as we all try to end the opioid epidemic.